Alright guys, welcome back. We're doing another video. Today is going to be about optimization, sorting out your life with the finer details and making everything run that bit more smoothly. Now, in all honesty, it's not quite about that, because a lot of people, they rush to optimize. They rush to do all the flashy things that give them a 5 or 10% boost in what they're doing, be it their time in the gym, be it their time at home, or their work time, or their relationships. They always rush to do the things that are more flashy but give them a 5 to 10% boost, the things that are more explained, more popular to do almost in the media. Now, what you should be doing is focusing on the basic principles of what it is you're trying to improve. Because once you should only be optimizing, you should only be trying to make things more effective, so to say, once you've got those basic parameters down, once you've got those basic set, the foundational principles of what it is you're doing, once you've got those set up, and once you've mastered them, then you can look into, okay, now I can look at optimizing it, make everything work better and run smoother. Because if you are missing out on a major aspect of what it is you do, but you choose to optimize another aspect in one way to get a 10% boost, okay, you've got a 10% boost. But instead, if you fixed that aspect that you had no clue about, you could get a 50% boost, an 80% boost, a 100% boost. A lot of people are missing out on a lot of progress because they don't know that they're throwing away progress just by not focusing on the basic principles. For example, a lot of people in the gym, they'll be doing great in the gym. They'll train for a decent amount of time and they'll be training at an okay intensity. They'll have a reasonable volume approach. A lot of people, they don't train too hard, but they do a fair bit of volume. So they might be in the gym for an hour, a few days a week. Now that's okay. Optimizing for that would be changing your training program to do a high intensity program where you're going to yield better results. But you shouldn't focus on that because you're already training. What you need to focus on is, are you hitting your diet? Are you doing your diet right? Are you hitting your macronutrient goals? Are you getting enough protein in? Are you getting enough calories? Are you eating the right food quality? There's so many different things you can ask. Are you getting 8 hours sleep every night? Because if you're not, with the gym, if you're not getting enough food in, good food, if you're not getting enough sleep in, good quality sleep, then you're not going to make any progress. It doesn't matter how much training you do, how many fancy exercises you do, and all the equipment you have. If you cannot break down the principles of getting a good diet and getting a good sleep schedule, then you're not going to recover enough and you're not going to make enough progress. You can make only up to a certain point of progress with just training. But then you need to realize there are other aspects to the game, as there is with everything in life. It may be your skill at the service you're providing for your work, but then it also could be your ability to present yourself, to articulate your words, to make yourself heard and voice what it is you're trying to say properly. But there's so many different aspects you can look at which need to be worked on before you go into this whole idea of optimization. Because optimizing systems and optimizing what you have in place is only for when you have mastered those basic foundation principles. So I only looked at doing a much better training program after I'd sorted out my sleep schedule and after I'd sorted out my nutrition. Then I was like, okay, what would be the next step in training for me? Oh, high intensity, let's go into that. That's what I'm doing now. But that's because I'm very strict on my diet. I have a very good diet. And that's because I make sure I get plenty of sleep. I go to bed at 12. I wake up at 8:30. I get plenty of sleep. I get good quality sleep. I make sure my room is the right temperature and that sort of thing. But that comes at optimization, sorting out things like, okay, Food-wise, am I eating the right quality food? Am I getting a specific type of diet in? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? And then with your training, okay, what training method am I doing? Am I doing high intensity or a volume approach? Simple as that. And then with sleeping, like, okay, is my room dark enough? Is it the right temperature? Am I tracking my sleep? Have I got a heavy duvet to stop me being restless and moving around a lot? There's so many different things you can optimize, but you shouldn't be optimizing before you focus on the base set of principles and ideas that are around what it is you're doing. So many people get caught up in what it is that the media wants you to do. You get caught up in seeing all these things on TikTok, on YouTube, or whatever it is. Oh, that person's got a cool exercise. Or this person does this. That's awesome. That's awesome. You get shiny object syndrome, and shiny thing syndrome. So you get used to the whole aspect of seeing something new and then immediately jumping on it. But what you need to do is you need to stick with what you're doing, get it nailed down to an absolute point, a fine point, get it sorted, get it just 100%, and then make sure you've done that with all the basic values. And then once you've done it with all the basic set, you've done your training, your nutrition and your sleep, or in business, you've done the skill, the execution and the delivery, whatever it is. Once you've mastered all of your basic principles, then you can go into optimization, making things run smoother, making things work together a little bit better, maybe optimizing your daily routine, your schedule, making things a little bit better so you don't waste as much time. So you just got to remember that it's not about going all out with optimization. It's about taking a step back. It's about waiting until you have completed the basic principles. And that's it. It's very simple. Don't get caught up with the shiny object syndrome. That's it. All right, guys, I've got to go to the gym. I can get big. See you in another one.